Going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So let's get right into it. And yes, while I'm aware some people are going to be like, oh, well, that came out like not very, very recently. I believe it was like a couple months ago, somewhere along those lines, that this originally was said by her. However, I've been busy. So, hey, let's move on though. Let's talk about what Kamala said. And it's funny because I'm not going to lie. When I saw this clip, do you know how bad it is that even Biden was like, no, you can't do that. But I think already just by me saying that, you guys know what I'm referring to. There's a clip that's gone viral of Kamala Harris talking about how she would essentially, in the long run, go out of her way to extremely violate the Second Amendment. If I'm not mistaken, she was talking about, it was, I can English. It was not gun buybacks because I was just watching a video about them already, but gun confiscations. And even Biden was like, what the hell are you talking about right now? Like, I'm sorry, but let's talk about that for half a second here. The fact that Biden, somebody who can't walk up a set of stairs, somebody who his hardest question that he was asked by the media is what flavor of ice cream that he's having. The fact that he had even the common sense to just say, yeah, well, you can't do that. Kamala's essentially talked about going past any form of, legality, I guess you could say. She's gone past every form of, oh yeah, well, I'll, introduce this bill that, then we're going to have to go ahead and have a vote on it, this, that, the third. She's completely just saying, hey, if it were up to me, I would just go ahead and ban them entirely. I would completely infringe on the Second Amendment, completely infringe on how our government works and functions. There's a reason why our government is broken down into 3 branches. So that way one branch doesn't get tyrannical. We have to somewhat keep each other in check. But what ended up happening is that all 3 of the branches sit down and they like to tickle each other's testicles under the table. That's basically what it is. Now, with that being the case, right? What exactly does this mean for us? Why would she even say that? Well, the reason why she would say that is simply because of the fact that she is so brainwashed. She is so, the best way to say it is, I would 100% argue she's a communist. She is so tyrannical that she does not want any citizen to be able to defend themselves. Not for the reason of, oh yeah, well, what if someone breaks into your home? She doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself then. She doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself from a tyrannical government because she wants to be the leader of said tyrannical government. She wants to turn the entire government tyrannical so that way they can do things like mass gun confiscations. They can violate all of our rights, whether it be the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, whatever it is. And yes, I skipped Third Amendment for the reason because technically speaking, I would argue that the First, Second, and Fourth kind of more so go hand in hand. But my whole story, my whole point that I'm getting at here, I guess some could say the long story short, is that when someone like this makes themselves, when they portray themselves as who they really are, you gotta take it for what it is. You gotta say, okay, they are saying that this is what they want to do. Why on earth is she even allowed to be in government at the moment? Makes no sense to me. The fact that she has openly stated that she wants to violate the Second Amendment, she wants mass gun confiscations. And keep in mind, we're talking about the same woman who literally had to be forced to give up evidence that would exonerate a man of his charges for free labor. Oh, there's the same woman who, keep in mind, guys, I'm going to be real with you here. Do I smoke weed? No. But I also can say, out of all the drugs in the world, I really doubt that weed's the biggest issue out of all of them. This is the same woman who has put thousands of people away just for simple possession of marijuana. And we're not talking like put them away for like, oh yeah, you're sentenced to a month or whatever. We're talking like she's put them in prison. She has gone out of her way to make sure that these people are imprisoned for something as little as that. This is the same woman who openly advocates against hate speech, Who defines hate speech? Well, of course, the liberals do, because that makes perfect sense. The same people who were calling Trump a Nazi, the same people who literally will go out of their way to attack any traditional conservative viewpoint, they're the ones who get to decide what hate speech is, because that makes perfect sense. There's the same woman who's done all this, all this. This is the same woman who has openly stated several times how she wants us to not be able to protect ourselves. I can English. Gosh, I'm having a day, guys. I hope you guys can see that. But this is the same woman who has openly told us she does not want us to be able to protect ourselves, whether it be in a situation where maybe a criminal is attacking us or whether it be a situation from a tyrannical government. She has made it abundantly clear. And we have to be prepared in a sense, because truth be told, we saw what happened in 2020. We saw the rigged election itself. Do I put it past Democrats to not rig another election? I definitely say that they 100% are probably going to try to rig this election. So if that's the case, then guess what? Kamala is going to bypass every single method she's supposed to go through, and she's going to go ahead and try to put a gun confiscation in effect. She said it herself. This is something that she has openly advocated for and said that she wants to do. So I'm just confused here why we don't lock her up for treason. That's all I'm confused about here. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just, losing it a bit. But last I checked, the Second Amendment is like the only right that says shall not be infringed. And she's openly advocating for not only infringing on it, but basically trying to abolish it. Why is she not locked up for treason right now? It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense, but none of it is going to. Once again, it's something you see among these anti-gunners, especially the anti-2A politicians. Oh man, none of them ever have any actual valid arguments when it comes to anything against the Second Amendment, really. All in all, guys, I know I'm kind of going off on a rant here. I told you guys a rant video was going to be coming soon. But I just want to say and get this out the way real quick that, yeah, we need to not dismiss what she has said. We need to take it very seriously, because we have seen that the Democrats are not above rigging an election. So, since that's the case, be prepared. If the election gets rigged again, what do you think is going to happen? Kamala said it herself. She's going to try to put a mass gun confiscation in effect. Just be prepared. That's all I'm saying. But I think that about wraps it up for this video. All in all, I mean, I think my original first couple of sentences really summed up the video well. That it's bad when even Biden is like, whoa, you can't do that. You can't do that. I think it's bad when Biden, who can't remember his own name half the time, who thinks that he's the first black female vice president, who, let's see here, can't walk upstairs, has, for some reason, an ice cream addiction. Goodness gracious. I can go on and on, actually, but falling off a non-moving bike. But regardless, it's bad when Biden is even like, yeah, you cannot do that. So just let that show something itself. She probably is the most radical that we will ever see when it comes to the left. With that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all, and whether or not you agree with me, make sure to check out all my other videos. But if you don't agree with me, I'm curious as to why. Why would you dismiss the words she has openly said? Why would you sit there and take that with a grain of salt? I'm just curious as to why. But other than that, as I said before, y'all make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.